Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K and today we're getting into some MegaMek. We're going to be jumping right into some MegaMek. We are going to be pressed for time. Like I said on Discord, this is going to be a somewhat shortened episode. Gemini is having a long day at work, and as soon as she gets here, I'm going to bail on you guys. So sorry about that. Okay, so, with no further ado, the only thing I did off camera was I made a decision on how to proceed with this mission. Hey, little Willie, how's it going? And, yeah, I'm not gonna touch that one. I decided to go ahead and add our own artillery attachment so that we can try to figure out counter bombardment. Our guys are going to be off board as well, if I can manage that. And yeah, our objective is to get these two of the three convoy units. So 2 MegaMek recovery vehicles and a J-37 ordnance transport. We need to get at least 50%, so 2 out of 3 across the board. They're bringing 2 snipers and 2 thumpers. We're bringing 2 thumpers and 2 long toms. Hopefully that doesn't bite us in the butt. Oh, 1 second, you guys. Hang on. Mr. Gray. That's the one that comes and goes as he pleases. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna be doing artillery versus artillery, and then our 2 lances against their 1,600 points. Their 2 lances. With no further ado, oh, okay. Let's see, that was the long toms. Assigned person? No? Okay. Okay, let's see if we can maybe undeploy these. No, we cannot undeploy those guys. Okay, well, it looks like we're only bringing 2 artillery pieces. And we will have to figure out how to crew those guys later. Okay, well, we're bringing 2 artillery pieces to their 4. But our artillery is going to be purely to try to destroy their artillery. Their artillery is probably going to be going all over the field. Let me see here. Compact display. Sort by battle value. Okay, let's see, round 6, yes, off board, okay. Their guys are also off board. Other than those are Tsubasa, Ash, and Tugiyu showing up on round 6. Everyone's going to be starting on round 1, it looks like. Their biggest bad is a Goshawk with an elite pilot. What is a Goshawk again? Large pulse laser, 4 machine guns, 3 medium pulses, and 4 SRMs. Okay, so 1 big gun and a bunch of little guns. 3 medium pulse lasers is not nothing either. The Shadowhawk 2C with a pair of medium pulses and an ER medium and some streaks is their second biggest bad. We're bringing our Griffin, our Cronus, our Clint, and our Phoenix Hawk. Mark II, this is the one with double heat sinks and the ER large laser and small lasers instead of machine guns and a little bit of extra armor. Nelly, please get off of there. No. Oh my god, these cats. Okay, so the Goshawk, the Shadowhawk, we've got a Fenris B, which has an ER large laser and 10 SRMs. We've got a Peregrine, which has a large pulse laser and 2 medium pulse lasers. We have a Flashman. Oh my goodness, the Flashman is worth less points than the Peregrine. It has 3 large lasers and 4 forward-facing medium lasers. We've got the Rifleman 2C2 with the 4 Ultra AC2s. We've got a Hunchback 2C with a regular pilot. Hopefully he is not accurate with those Ultra AC20s. And a Great Worm, which has 2 Ultra AC2s, 2 ER mediums, 2 ER smalls, and an LRM-10. And only 112 armor. So 112 is not a lot. That's barely more than a Hunchback 2C. That's not half as much as the Rifleman. Or the Rifleman, the Flashman, I mean. The Peregrine also at 96 points of armor, but he's only like a 35 tonner if I'm not mistaken. Fenris at 144, Shadowhawk 2C at 144, and the Goshawk at 172. Okay, let's check the map. Looks like we're seeing a couple of mountains. Yeah, some mountains, some water, plenty of elevation, some woods. Nice little mix of pretty much everything going on today. Designated artillery targets. Okay, I've got 10 of them. We're gonna skip that step. We have lost initiative, even though we have the bigger modifier than they do. We're 5+3, they're 7+2, so they got us 9 to 8. We have units deploying on round 10. Wait. And our thumpers are deploying on round 10. That's not how that was supposed to go. Hang on. Yes, disconnected. Let's start again. Stop that. Deployment round. Game start. Okay. Okay, we've still lost initiative. We still have the +3 to their +2, but they still outrolled us, so that's fine. We are deploying. We're starting with the Phoenix Hawk. Or are we? No, I don't think we are. Actually, we probably are. You know what? Phoenix Hawk being our probably least expensive unit. No, the Clint is probably the least expensive unit. And we're trying to get to the north edge with these guys. Let's see, that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, that's 7 hexes at least. So yeah, that works. Oh, they're deploying in the middle. They've already placed their Goshawk and their Fenris. Okay, the Goshawk is their biggest bad, so we need to counter that. I'm thinking maybe the Cronus and the Griffin. Okay, so that is the Cronus deploying there. And the Griffin thinking deploying here. They've also added their Peregrine. Oh, that was the Phoenix Hawk, not the Griffin. Oops. Let's put the Griffin here. He's a 585 still, right? Yeah, he's a 585, so he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He can move all of 6 hexes at a run. He's still got the PPC, but he's SRM based now, right? Yes. No, let's focus down that Goshawk first and foremost. Yeah, we'll jump into those woods or something on round 1. Yeah, okay. Alright, we've won initiative. We tied on the roll, but we got the bigger bonus. So, moving on to round 1. Okay, so we've got the J-37 and the BattleMech recovery vehicle, and then over here we have the other BattleMech recovery vehicle. I'm guessing that they are not going to be moving very fast, and they're going to be a prime target for artillery. So we need to... Oh man, that's only 5 of their units. They've got 3 more around here somewhere. Let's go... Oh. Yeah, the Thumpers do not have the benefit of the artillery skill that I beefed up on the long toms. So yeah, we're gonna try to fire there. And we're gonna try to fire here. And they're gonna scatter. Yep, they've got field artillery, they've got 2 snipers and 2 thumpers landing in 1 turn. We've got 2 thumpers landing in 1 turn. This is gonna get ugly. That's my prediction. Oh, and we are doing 2 movement points per hex this time. So yeah, Phoenix Hawk is gonna jump to here. No. Start with the Clint, since he's kind of out of place. All off to the left by himself there, with a Rifleman 2C coming over the hill. Okay. Clint versus a Rifleman 2C2. Hardly seems fair. That's what, a range of 9. It's gonna be medium for both of us. Who was that? Okay, the Great Worm just kind of shuffled around, didn't really do much of anything. Let's see, the Phoenix Hawk. I'd like to jump into these woods, facing that direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, so we can walk into the heavy woods next turn. Or we can jump. I believe you have jumping jack, don't you? Does the pilot of the Phoenix Hawk have jumping jack? Ernestine Feller has weapon specialist and Iron Man. Does not have jumping jack. Okay, so walking next turn is going to be very advantageous. Let's see. We're looking at Griffin right now. Friendly fire is I'm gonna try my hardest to avoid friendly fire. We're directing our artillery to the middle of the field until we have a lock on their position, and then we'll start targeting their artillery. I'm not trying to use artillery to thin their herd or whatever. I'm not planning on putting a lot of artillery on the board, is what I'm trying to say. We can target the rifleman from this hex. At a +2 through those heavy woods, I'm sure. Okay, the Goshawk has moved. And he is pretty defensive. Stiletto has jumping jack, right? Let me double check. Yes, she has jumping jack and melee master. Okay, and energy specialization. I forgot about that. So yes, we're gonna get the Goshawk at 8 hexes, which is not a great range for him, I think. The Goshawk at 8 hexes. That's medium, well, effectively short range for his large pulse laser. That's also, ooh, that's going to be effectively short range for his medium pulse lasers as well. Oh, I actually don't want to be 8 hexes from him. We jump 9 hexes from him. That's still going to be medium range for his large pulse, but at least it'll be long range for his medium pulses. And long range for his streak 2s. Yeah, okay, so we're going to hold up right about there. Okay, firing phase, round 1. Let's start with, oh, the Clint. Are we firing at the gun? Well, hold on. Who's got the biggest gun? The Griffin's got the PPC. The Cronus has large pulse. ER large? ER large. Inner sphere style, though. That's only 8 points. So yeah, the Griffin has the biggest gun, but only by 2 points. We've got the Rifleman on a 9, which is not likely to hit, 28%. Or we've got this Fenris over here on a 7, which is more likely to hit on 58%. So yeah, we're going to shoot at the Fenris, which has, remind me again, an ER large and 10 SRMs. But only because we're more likely to hit. And 9s, we'll do... We'll do 3 of our SRM2s. Hopefully only one of them fires, because that'll put us at 4 heat over. Let's see, the Phoenix Hawk also has the Fenris on 3s. Wow. Oh, because we're a weapon specialist with the ER large. We've got the Goshawk on an 8. The Fenris on a 3 is just so tempting, though. Yeah, 3 and a 7. The Clint does not have eyes on the Goshawk, but we do have the Rifleman on a 9, so we'll take one of those and one of those. That'll put us 3 heat over. The Peregrine firing on us with the large pulse, I assume. Large pulse on a 9, medium pulses on 11s, Ultra AC2s on 11s. Okay. That is, it's not too much fire that we're taking, and it's not very accurate. And then last but not least, we've got Stiletto at the Goshawk. We've got him on a 7 with the ER large. And 7s with the medium pulses. He has us on... What does he have us on? He's got us on... Oh, he has us on 7s and 7s. Oh wait, no. He's got us on 7s, 9s, and 12s. We've got him on 7s and 7s. I think that is going to be it for firing this turn. Okay. Rifleman landed a lucky hit on our Clint's left torso for 2, down to 12. Our Griffin hits the Fenris and the CT critical with a medium pulse laser, down to 12 armor, but no effect on that crit. And then no heat from the SRMs. The Peregrine missed on 9s and 11s. The Phoenix Hawk missed with the ER large on a 3. Did land the medium laser on a 7, though, to the left leg, down to 14 there. The Vapor Hawk, or the Vapor Eagle, the Goshawk, on 7s and 9s, lands a medium pulse laser on Stiletto's right torso down to 14. We can take 2 more hits like that, and then we're going internal. Excuse me. I'm sorry. The Clint missed both of his shots on the Rifleman. The Fenris missed, almost all of his shots at the Phoenix Hawk. Did land 3 SRMs to the right torso, right leg, and right leg. Would have been the head, but costs us a point of edge. Who's in the Phoenix Hawk, and how much edge did Ernestine Feller? Only has 2 edge. We're gonna have to do something about that. If she survives. I don't need to be saying stuff like that. Ernestine Feller has 14 XP. That's enough for a point of edge if we get out of this. Alright, and the Cronus, last but not least, that the Goshawk hits it in the right torso with the ER large for 8 down to 12. Medium pulse lasers to the right leg and right leg down to 10. The Vapor Eagle took 20 plus, needs a 4, gets a 6. And that is an elite pilot, so we are going to have a hard time knocking him over. Goshawk builds up 6 points of heat, the Peregrine builds up 4. Our Clint is at 3, our Cronus is at 3, our Griffin is at 2, and our Phoenix Hawk is at 1. Their heavies and their Fenris are all running cool. We've won initiative because we outrolled the heck out of them, 7-2. We've got units deploying on round 6, going into round 2. Indirect attacks. Can we? Great Worm, Flashman, Peregrine, Rifleman, Goshawk, Fenris. Mode? Mode doesn't seem to do anything. So I guess we will fire here. And the other one, I guess, will fire here. Okay, everything will be landing in 1 turn. Oh, the Flashman disappeared. That's not good. I wonder where he went. Maybe he backed off. Okay, the BattleMech recovery vehicle is making his way slowly northwards. Let's see. The Great Worm has moved. We're not interested in the Great Worm. We want to take out that Goshawk. Actually, hold on. Let me take a look at this Goshawk again. What's his size and speed? He is a 55 tonner, moves 696. 696. Actually, he's 586 right now because of his heat. So he's almost certainly going to jump his 6 hexes this turn. The question is, which direction is he going to jump in? I'm going to have the Griffin jump to over here. Bendig has jumping jack. Okay, yeah. That was the Rifleman 2C. Ooh, can we get behind him with the Clint? That would be lovely. Yeah, let's see if the Clint can get behind that Rifleman. Oh, perfect. And we can get into head kicking distance. Nice. Okay, that's going to be ER Small Laser Town. Okay, the Goshawk is going after the Clint. Stiletto, can we back him up? At a range of 7 hexes. Okay, so that's short range for the ER large. Effectively short range for the medium pulses. Long range for the SRM. +1 because we're not specialized. Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna go. Try to get in close for that ER large laser. Oh, the Phoenix Hawk was gonna move into those woods too, wasn't he? Ernestine. Penrith is what, a 40-tonner? Moves 812. What's his evasion looking like right now? Ran 4 hexes for a TMM of 1. He's not in the woods. He's out in the open. We're gonna move forward, and we're gonna try to kick his leg off. Alright, so they fired at the J-37 and the Clint. We observed their fire. We can now target them for counter battery fire, which is what I was shooting for. We hit some terrain. They hit some terrain. Okay. So yeah. Artillery was all ineffectual this turn. Okay, starting with the Griffin. Griffin has the Shadowhawk on a 10. That's not ideal. Well, we got the Fenris on 4s and 2s. I think, you know what? How much heat do we build up if we do this? 5. I'm going to assume that one of our streaks is going to miss, even on a 4. And if I'm wrong, we'll have built up 5 heat. I'm okay with that. Although the Phoenix Hawk should definitely fire first because he has less splash damage and more penetration power. So yeah, that's going to be a 1 with the large pair of 3s and a pair of 3s with the smalls. Griffin is going to turn towards the Fenris and fire everything but that large pulse, or the ER PPC. That puts us 5 heat over if everything fires, which is fine, I guess. Stiletto. Got the Goshawk. We've got him on a 6 and a pair of 6s. Is the extra point of damage worth the 2 heat? We'll skip the ER large. We'll do the 3 medium pulses. The SRM's on a 12. No, we'll hold off on the SRMs. We'll spend the extra 2 heat for the large, for the extra point of damage that it does over the ER or the medium pulses. And that puts us 2 heat over. The Clint is here to chew up the back of the Rifleman 2C2, which has, significant armor on the back. But we want to see him doing damage to that right and left torso for that ammo. He's carrying 6 tons of ammo. Goodness. Yeah, we want to crit on that left or right torso if we can. We'll skip the ER large. We'll do the ER medium on a 6 and all the ER smalls on 6s, and that'll put us 2 heat over. Alright, the Rifleman on 9s. Missed Stiletto with everything. Sounds like a loud boom. What does? The Rifleman? I'm hoping so. The Phoenix Hawk, our Phoenix Hawk, at the Fenris on 1s and 3s, hits with the ER large to the right torso, mediums to the left arm and CT, down to 7 on that CT, smalls to the right arm and right torso, down to 3 on that right torso, and then we're going to be in the physical attack phase where we can give him a kick. The Peregrine hits the Clint in the left arm for 10, down to 2. Oh, yes, the Rifleman 2C2 with 6 tons of autocannon 2 ammo. I bet he's got case, but I think he also has an XL engine, so... Oh wait, he's a clan mech, so an XL engine is only 2 hits. He's only going to build up 8 points of heat from the guns. So yeah, even with 2 engine hits, he can still fire everything and run without building up any heat. Yeah, that thing runs cool. Okay, the Peregrine hits our Clint in the left arm for 10. Ouch. The Griffin at the Fenris hits him in the right arm and the left arm, down to 4 and 2. Hits him in the left torso, down to 7. And then Streak Missiles on 4s. Center torso, left leg. Right leg, center torso, down to 3. Left torso, left leg. Left leg, left torso, down to 3. Left arm down to 0. Right leg down to 15. Right arm down to 2. Right leg down to 13. So that is all the SRMs. So we are going to be overheating just a little bit next turn, but he also might be falling down this turn. There's Shadowhawk 2C at our Clint. Hits him in the right arm with a medium pulse laser, down to 5. Ouch. And an ER medium to the center torso, down to 9. ER small to the right torso, down to 9. And a Streak 2 to the right torso and right arm, down to 3 on that arm. The Goshawk at the Clint. Left torso for 10. Ouch. Down to 2. Medium pulse laser to the left arm. Ouch. Down to 1 structure and critted on the upper arm. Medium pulse laser to the center torso. Down to 2 armor remaining. Medium pulse laser to the right arm. Critting on his lower arm. Machine gun to the right torso. Down to 5 armor. Okay. The Clint needs to bug out. He's hurting too bad. Yeah, he's about to lose both arms. He's almost internal on 2 torsos. His legs are fine. His legs are untouched. It'd be nice if they had spread the damage out a little bit. Return fire. Our Cronus at the Goshawk hits him in the right torso. Hits him in the right torso. Hits him in the right torso. Critting on a medium pulse laser and leaving him with 3 structure. Dang. The Fenris. Hits our Phoenix Hawk in the left torso with an ER large, down for 10, down to 8. Ouch. Small pulse laser to the right arm for 3, down to 11. SRM to the center torso. Left arm, left torso, right arm, down to 6 on that left torso. Missed with the SRM 4. The Great Worm missed on 11s with everything at the Cronus, and the Clint at the Rifleman hits him in the left torso rear. Nice. The right leg, right arm. Man. Missed with the ER medium on a 6. All 4 ER smalls hit, but they concentrated on the right arm, down to 10 armor. The Fenris took 60 plus, needs a 7, gets a 3, falls down, hits on his engine, and leaves 12 structure on his CT. Hurts the pilot in the fall, needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 9. Goshawk took 20 plus, needs a 4, gets a 5. Rifleman 2C needs a 5, gets an 11. Our Phoenix Hawk took 20 plus, needs a 4, gets an 11. And our Clint took 60 plus, needs a 6, gets an 11. And again, that Clint needs to bug out. 60 points of damage is more than he can take safely. Okay, so our Phoenix Hawk is going to kick the Fenris in the back on a 1 for 9 damage. Our Clint is going to kick the Rifleman in the back on a 6. Okay, the Goshawk misses the Clint. Needed a 7, got a 6. Phoenix Hawk kicks the Fenris in the back, crits on his engine twice, destroys the Fenris by engine destruction. Clint kicks the Rifleman 2C in the back of the head. Unfortunately, does not weigh enough to penetrate the armor, but it does force Tolek's first consciousness check. Needs a 3, gets a 3. Goshawk missed a kick, needs a 3, gets a 7. Rifleman 2C was kicked, needs a 4, gets a 5. Goshawk is at 11 heat. Peregrine is at 5. Our Griffin is at 5. Their Shadowhawk 2C is at 3. Our Phoenix Hawk, our Clint, and our Cronus are all at 2. We've lost initiative quite badly because we rolled a 2. We've got units deploying in 3 more rounds in the south. We were at 97%, they're at 85%. Indirect attacks. Oh, this is new. Next target. Great Worm, Peregrine, Shadowhawk, Goshawk, Rifleman, Great Worm. Mode. Okay. So how do we... Okay, well, I guess I don't know how to target off-board attacks, or off-board artillery for counter battery fire. So we will continue firing on these sensor returns and the Great Worm. Okay, so we're firing there. And we'll fire here. Okay, all the thumpers and snipers will land next turn. And then we get to move this turn. And then we get to see where that artillery from last turn landed. Okay. Griffin will be advancing over this way now that there's no Fenris over here to engage. Phoenix Hawk has taken a smattering of damage, but nothing too bad. Down to 6 on that left torso. We can still survive a PPC hit. Yeah, Ernestine, let's stay in the fight. Let's come over here and maybe engage that Great Worm at 6 hexes. That's medium range for our medium lasers. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the Griffin has an ERPPC. Can maybe engage the Great Worm at short range. Yeah, okay, so we'll do that. The Clint, however, about to lose both arms, about to be internal on both torsos. Yeah, we are way closer than this medium mech needs to be. We'll jump into these heavy woods. We can try to continue engaging while remaining as evasive as possible. Okay, the Goshawk closing in on the Clint. Stiletto. We jump into the back of the Goshawk. He's got machine gun ammo, so maybe we can blow that up. Yeah, we'll go ahead and jump there. Okay, field artillery scatters off board, hits hex 2041. Thumper misses off board. Thumper misses off, hits intended hex. Thumper misses and scatters. Thumper misses and scatters. Okay, well, didn't do any damage to anyone. Let's start with the Griffin. Actually, does the Griffin want to target the Goshawk or the Great Worm? We've got him on 6s, we've got him on 6s. With the PPC, with the medium pulse and the streak 2s, are all going to be better at the Goshawk. So we'll start with the Clint. How's that Goshawk looking, by the way? Right torso. Oh, he's about to lose his right arm and his right torso. That's his large pulse and 2 medium pulses. Everything else is, all the small guns are in the left torso. Okay, so we'll start with the Clint into the left side of the Goss, no, into the front of the Goshawk. No. We'll start with, no, the Griffin is keeping his ERPPC silent this turn, so he's all small guns. The Clint has kind of medium-ish guns. So yeah, we'll skip the ER large. We'll do 8s with everything else. Let's see, Stiletto's in the back of the Goshawk. So we'll do the Griffin into the side of the Goshawk first. Again, skipping the ERPPC, going medium pulses on 4s, and going streaks on 6s. And we'll go... We'll count on one of the streaks missing, and hopefully we don't... Well, you know what? No, I don't want to be 8 heat over. I do not want to be 8 heat over, and if they all hit, then we will be. Okay, next, Stiletto. Into the back of the Goshawk. Going for that sweet machine gun ammunition. We'll skip the ER large. The medium pulses on 4, and the streak, and the SRM4 with the Infernos on 6. Or was that an 8? Or something? Then the Phoenix Hawk at the Great Worm on a 3. Oh, there's a Hunchback 2C right there, and he needs 12s. We need 8s or 3s. Shadowhawk on a 6. Oh, guaranteed hit on the Great Worm or a 40% shot on a Hunchback 2C. That's gonna have to be the Hunchback. Okay, the Clint on 8s. Oh, missed with the ER medium. Missed with the first 2 ER smalls. 2 ER smalls to the left leg and right arm for 5 each, down to 19 and 11. The Rifleman 2C2 at Stiletto, needing 11s, missed with everything. The Griffin, our Griffin, at the Goshawk, hits him in the chest, hits him in the right torso with a medium pulse laser, blowing off his right arm and transferring into the center torso. Medium pulse laser to the left leg, down to 12. Streak 2s to the left arm, left leg, left torso, left arm, left torso. Missed with one of them, so we're not going to be overheating too bad next turn. And the left arm and center torso. Left arm is down to 10. But that CT is going to be where he's suffering because he's got no right torso to soak up those right side hits anymore. The Hunchback missed on 12s, fired everything, so he's going to be overheating a bit. The Cronus at the Goshawk. Oh, hits him in the CTR with a medium pulse laser, critting on his engine and destroying the Goshawk by engine destruction. Way to go, Stiletto. The Peregrine missed the Cronus on 9s and 11s. The Shadowhawk 2C missed on 11s. The Phoenix Hawk missed the Hunchback on an 8. The Goshawk on 8s and 11s missed with everything. The Great Worm on 11s and 9s landed an Ultra AC2 hit on the Phoenix Hawk's right torso down to 12, and 6 LRMs to the left leg and center torso down to 13 and 20. Okay, no one has any physical attacks. The Peregrine is up to 8 heat. That's going to be a targeting penalty. The Hunchback 2C is up to 4 heat. That's almost a movement penalty. Our Griffin 3CB3 is at 4 heat, just as predicted. And our Clint is at 1 heat. We have lost initiative on the roll-off. We've got units deploying in 2 more rounds. Oh. Offboard artillery phase. Let's go here. All right, everything will be landing next turn after movement. Let's see. We did lose initiative, so we are going first. I did not happen to notice what their battle value was at, so I would like to pull that up. They're at 64%. Okay, okay. If we can get them down to, I think it's 50%, we can actually win this battle right away. I come over here to the briefing room. Should at least 50% of the convoy survive while you destroy or rout 50% of the attacking enemy force, the mission will be considered a success. Nice. Okay, so we only have to hit them for another 14%. That hunchback worries me though. He worries me a lot. The peregrine is nothing to joke about either. The Shadowhawk is kind of eh. The rifleman is not so much of a threat, but I think that might be a flashman up here, which could be a bit of a threat. Okay, so first things first, let's get the Clint out of there. Let's get him into some light woods over here. Oh, the rifleman is advancing. The rifleman worth 1,600 points still. That's actually pretty significant. Don't know why he's worth so many points when he's got such little offensive capabilities. But, you know, it's whatever. Let's see, the Griffin. I'd like to jump into these heavy woods before the Great Worm can claim them. Okay, there's the Flashman with all of his armor and all of his lasers. Okay. Let's see. Stiletto. Can we move you somewhere safe-ish? We can get eyes on the rifleman and the hunchback, importantly. Yeah, let's go ahead and we'll do that. We'll try to shoot the hunchback with that ER large at medium range. Or the medium pulses, effectively at medium range as well. Let's see, last but not least, the Phoenix Hawk. Where can we go with you? We can come up here and get partial cover from some of these guys. Not all of them, not the hunchback because he's too high of elevation. But yeah, we can try to flank the Great Worm or take pot shots at the hunchback. All right, artillery. Ours missed. Ours missed. There's missed. There's missed. Okay, yeah. Let's see, the Griffin. We've got the hunchback on a 5. That's worth doing. And on a 5, and on a 5. We go 10 heat over to try to nail that hunchback this turn. How many points is he worth? He's worth 1,700 points almost. So that would, if we could take him out, that would almost certainly bring us down to 50%. I think, maybe. And the Flashman's worth 1,700 points. The Rifleman's worth 1,600 and change. Yeah, we'll do the PPC and 2 medium pulses at the hunchback. We've got the Great Worm on a 3, we've got the hunchback on a 6. Oof. That might be the Great Worm. 3 and a pair of 7s. Yeah, we'll do that. The Clint happens to have the Rifleman on a 7. Peregrine on 7s. The Peregrine only has how much armor? Like 96. The Rifleman has 180. Yeah, the Clint is getting focused down over here by these 3. Let me see what Stiletto can do. Stiletto can see the Rifleman, but not the Peregrine or the Shadowhawk. Yeah, that'll be a 4. And a trio of 4s, and we'll skip the SRMs. I really want that Peregrine down because those pulse lasers are nasty to my Clint. So we'll do the ER large, the ER medium, and we'll stop at, well, we'll stop at 6 heat over for a 9. And hopefully we don't lose any heat sinks this turn. Because, yeah, that Clint is hanging on by a thread. Our Griffin hits our Hunchback 2C in the right leg with a PPC. Center torso with a medium laser. Medium pulse laser to the right arm. Goes internal but does not get the crit. Rifleman 2C2 hits the Clint in the right torso for 2, down to 3 armor. Phoenix Hawk at the Great Worm hits him in the left torso and right torso, down to 4 and 7. The Hunchback 2C missed on a pair of 11s. Did land a pair of ER mediums on the Phoenix Hawk's left torso for 7 each, down to 3 structure. Ouch. And critted on a jump jet. Okay, Phoenix Hawk needs to bug out too, because the Phoenix Hawk... Wait, the Phoenix Hawk doesn't have an XL engine. Okay, down to 3 on that left torso. Cronus hit the Rifleman, hits him in the center torso, left torso, right torso for 21, 15, and 15 remaining. The Peregrine hits the Clint in the left torso with that large pulse laser for 10, down to 2 on that left torso. Ouch. And missed with a medium pulse. The Shadowhawk 2C missed on 10s and 12s. The Clint hits the Peregrine in the right torso and center torso with an ER large and an ER medium, down to 0 on that right torso, down to 6 on the CT. The Great Worm missed on 10s and 12s. The Hunchback took 20 plus, needs a 6, gets a 7. The Rifleman took 20 plus, needs a 5, gets a 7. No physical attacks. Their Peregrine is down to 6. Their Great Worm is up to 2. Their Hunchback 2C is holding at 4. Our Phoenix Hawk is up to 4, our Clint is up to 6, our Griffin is up to 6, and our Cronus is up to 3. We've got units deploying next round. We have finally won initiative again. We are at 97%, they're at 63%. And I need to get my Clint out of there, I need to get my Phoenix Hawk out of there. Indirect attacks... We'll go here, I guess. Alright, artillery will be landing after the next movement phase. Alright, Phoenix Hawk. Ouch. Yeah, out of there. 5 jumping movement points now instead of 6. Is the Great Worm going to try to follow? I don't know. The Clint needs to get the heck out of there as well. Yeah, that Rifleman 2C is all of a sudden a threat. He can take off our right arm or our left torso with 1 hit. He can go internal on our CT or right torso with 2 hits. I wish someone would hit me in the legs. Crikey. Yeah, we're going to jump into those woods and we're going to flee next turn. And for just like 1 or 2 turns, we're going to be down to like 2 mechs. And then our reinforcements will arrive, and everything will be copacetic. Hopefully. So that was our 2 damaged mechs. We've got the Cronus still. The Cronus can try to kick the Rifleman 2C in the head. He's already taken a hit. And last but not least is the Griffin. Bendik Machuski has Jumping Jack, okay. Let's... That gives us large laser range from the Flashman, which is not ideal. But I think the Griffin can take a couple of large lasers and still be okay. If we can get in behind that Great Worm and catch him in the ammo, that would do a lot towards getting us to our objective. He's got 99 armor and he's worth 1,300 points almost. Yeah, we're gonna jump in behind him. Artillery hits nobody. Let's see, the Phoenix Hawk has the Flashman on a 5, so yeah, we'll go ahead and take that shot. No one else is shooting at the Flashman, I don't think. He's not really a priority target. Only the Griffin is firing at the Great Worm, so we'll go ahead and take that out. Take care of that real quick. We've got him on 3s and 1s. We'll go 7 heat over into the back of the Great Worm, try to get some crits on him. The Clint has the Shadow Hawk on an 8. And an 8. And we'll skip the 13s. Stiletto. We're going for the Rifleman, I guess, or the Shadow Hawk. Shadow Hawk is pristine. The Rifleman has taken some hits. So we'll try to focus down the Rifleman. We'll skip the ER large. We'll do 12 heat for the medium pulses and the SRM on a 6. Not that the SRM is going to do any good. The Infernos are... Oh, and he's prone. We can't kick him in the head now. Dang. Okay, the Rifleman on 11s hits Stiletto in the chest with an Ultra AC2 for 2 damage down to 26 armor. The Phoenix Hawk hits the Flashman in the chest for 8 down to 17. The Hunchback 2C on 10s missed with everything. The Griffin 3CB3 hits the Great Worm in the center torso rear, critting on his engine and gyro. Medium pulse laser to the right leg. Streak 2s to the gyro. Center torso rear destroyed. That is a Great Worm down and a kill for the Griffin. The Flashman on 7s hits the Griffin in the left torso critical for 8 down to 12 armor. No effect on that crit. 3 medium lasers also all miss on 9s. The Peregrine at the Griffin hits him in the left arm with a medium pulse laser for 7 down to 11. The Clint hits the Shadow Hawk in the left torso and the left leg down to 7 and 13. The Shadow Hawk 2C hits our Cronus in the right arm with a medium pulse laser for 7 down to 11. 2 streak at 2s to the center torso and left torso for 24 and 19 remaining. The Great Worm missed on a pair of 8s. The Cronus at the Rifleman 2C. Medium pulses to the right leg, center torso, CT down to 7. And the streak, or the SRM4 Inferno hits with 3 Inferno missiles, so that Rifleman 2C might build up a little bit of heat this turn. He does go down, needed a 5, got a 4, takes 7 damage to the CT in the left arm, down to 2 on that CT. Needs a 5 to avoid hurting the pilot in the fall, gets an 8. Griffin 2C took 20 plus, needs a 4, gets an 8, stays standing. Their Shadow Hawk is up to 2 heat, their Peregrine is up to 10, their Flashman is up to 5 heat, their Hunchback 2C is up to 8. So the Peregrine and the Hunchback are going to be suffering targeting penalties. So would our Clint be if he were staying on the field. At 9, our Griffin is at 7 heat, so he's going to have to cool it this turn as well, or he'll be suffering targeting penalties. We've got them down to 54% of their forces, and now our reinforcements arrive. We'll put the Stalker there. We've got Tsubasa and the Grizzly. He's got Jumping Jack. He's a 4/6/4. Ash in the Manowar. It jumps 5/8/5. Yeah, we're gonna be going after that Hunchback, I think, next. And Hoser in the Awesome. I'll always start off over here to the side a little bit and just fire through these woods and just stay put. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Okay, so oh, artillery. Yes. We'll go here. We'll go here. Alright. Thumpers and snipers will be landing next turn after movement. Alright, Phoenix Hawk needs to bug out, like we were saying, into these heavy woods, I think. Unless we can get eyes on the back of the Hunchback, land a long-range ER large laser hit into his ammo bin, that would be fantastic. Let's see. Clint is fleeing. Let's not even waste any time on that. Hoser will be standing still, trying to maximize his 2-hit numbers. Let's see. The Griffin can get into the back of the Peregrine. We can run and kick him. We can walk and not kick him, or we can jump. We'd be able to kick him, but we'd build up more heat. I'm not gonna lie, Jumping Jack might be a little broken. Let's see, Stiletto. Actually, let's get Tugyu and the Stalker. We'll just move forward at a walk. The Shadowhawk 2C trying to engage Stiletto. Stiletto will jump into the back of the Shadowhawk 2C. Let's see, Grizzly. Gauss Rifle, 3 pulse lasers, and the LRMs. I think we're probably going to be focusing down either the Rifleman or the Shadowhawk. Walked 1 for a TMM of 0. Yeah, that's probably going to be our target. Last but not least, the Manowar, 5/8/5. Medium range specialist, so close range is not exactly where we want to be with this one. That said, I believe she does also have Melee Master. Yes, she does have Melee Master, so we can kick that Rifleman twice once we get up close to it. Yeah. Rifleman 2C needs a 4 to get up, gets an 8. The Clint flees the battlefield to the south. Artillery continues to be ineffectual. Oh, we did turn some light woods into rough hexes. Phoenix Hawk has no shots at that kind of range or in that kind of conditions. Let's see. The Griffin has the Hunchback in the back on a 5. Let's do 5, 5, 5, and then we'll do 7, 7. Yeah, we'll skip the ERPPC. We'll do everything else. That'll put us at 8 heat over or less. And then we'll kick the Peregrine, I guess. Let's see. Hoser. Taking fire from the Rifleman. He needs 6s to hit you at those AC2s. We need 2s to hit him with those PPCs. Or we got the Rifleman or the Hunchback on 5s. I'm just saying. I mean, the Rifleman is pretty fresh. The Hunchback is pretty thin. Actually, the Rifleman is not that fresh. Yeah, we'll unload into him for a guaranteed 60 damage. Let's see, the Stalker next, I think. At the Rifleman, just in case you don't take him out. We'll skip the ER larges. We'll do the ER mediums on 6s. Do the mediums on 6s. Do the SRMs on 6s and the LRMs on 5s. Tsubasa, we've got the Shadowhawk on 5s with the Gauss Rifle and 3s with the Pulse Lasers. So yeah, that'll be a 5 and a bunch of 3s and a 5 and a 5. Ash at the Shadowhawk on 6s. Yeah, we'll throw in the small laser for an extra 1 point of heat on a 6. Stiletto into the Shadowhawk on 4s. Or Hunchback could still be a threat. We've got him on 7s. We got the Rifleman on 2s. We'll do the back of the Shadowhawk on 4s with the pulse lasers. Or no, 4s and 2s. And we'll throw in a 6 with the Infernos. Maybe we'll overheat him a bit. Alright, the Rifleman on 6s. Lands 3 shots on Hoser's left arm, center, torso. Down to 22 on that left arm. Nary a scratch in the paint. The Griffin into the back of the Hunchback 2C. Catches him in the engine. The gyro again. The CTR with a medium pulse laser destroys the Hunchback 2C. I think that's going to be game. Hoser at the Rifleman. Hits him in the right torso. Hits him in the head. Nice. And then hits him in the center torso and the right torso, destroying the RT. The Flashman hits the Griffin in the right leg for 8 down to 16. The Stalker hits the Rifleman in the center torso and the center torso and the center torso. Yeah, the Stalker was definitely overkill. The Peregrine missed the Griffin on a 6, got a 5. Tsubasa in the Grizzly hits the Shadowhawk 2C in the center torso for 15 down to 5. Large pulse laser to the center torso for 10 down to 9 structure. Medium pulse laser to the right torso. Center torso gets a small pulse laser, critting on his engine down to 6 structure. And 6 LRMs to the right leg and left arm. The Shadowhawk 2C at Tsubasa hits him in the right torso with a medium pulse, left arm and left leg with medium lasers as well. Down to 15 on that left arm, 20 on that left leg. And then the Streak 2s to the center torso, left arm, left torso, right arm. Right arm would have been the head, but it goes to the right arm again. Down to 16, and we're down to 4 edge. Ash at the Shadowhawk. Hits it in the right arm, hits it in the right torso. Right leg, right torso. Center torso down to 1. Left leg, left torso, center torso, and the Shadowhawk is destroyed by center torso destruction. And then we catch the Streak 2 ammo. But the remaining damage is prevented by Case. Still, with no left torso and no center torso. How much is left of his right torso? No armor. The Cronus at the Shadowhawk. Doesn't matter because the Shadowhawk is gone. Tsubasa took 20 plus, needs a 4, gets a 5, stays standing. Griffin into the back of the Peregrine on a 6. Yes. We kicked him in the left leg for 11 out of 0, but did not knock him down. We're at 4 heat with a Griffin. We're at 5 heat with our Cronus. Our Stalker is up to 2. Grizzly is up to 3. Man of War is up to 6. And Hoser is at a whopping 10 heat already. That thing does heat up quick. And we've got them down to 23%, which is enough to call this a victory. All right. So we managed to get all of our support units across the field in spite of the artillery. Yes. Save. Yes. Save. And done. Lots of heat. Yeah, that's the thing about those ERPPCs. Yes, we retain battlefield control. Clinton took heavy damage. Phoenix Hawk took heavy damage with a damaged jump jet and 3 points left on his left torso. But no one got hurt. The field artillery all escaped. The Fenris is inoperable. 3 hits to his 360 XL engine. Do we want an ER large laser and some SRMs? The Goshawk has a large pulse laser, medium pulse lasers, or a medium pulse laser, I should say. Ferrofibrous armor on the Goshawk. Ferrofibrous armor on the Fenris. The Great Worm, standard armor. ER lasers, LRM-10. Not worried about the Great Worm. The Shadowhawk 2C. Medium pulses, Streak 2s, ER medium, ER small. Ferrofibrous armor. It's only 500,000 C-bills. The Hunchback 2C. Oh, if he's got any ammo left. Oh, he does. He has lots of ammo left. He has 14 shots. Yeah. Done. Okay, so we captured Henry Hawker from the Fenris. We captured Loy from the field artillery. We did not capture anyone from the field artillery. And so many sniper crew members that we did not capture. How many crew members go in each sniper? Jeez. And then the thumpers. We did not capture anyone from the thumpers. They weren't even on the field. Oh man, but for 2 thumpers and 2 snipers, that was a lot of crew members. We did capture Fayola of the Shadowhawk 2C, who has 2 hits. Rifleman 2C goes to Hoser with the headshot. The Goshawk goes to Stiletto. The Fenris goes to Ernestine Feller. The Great Worm goes to Bendik Machuski. Ash gets the Shadowhawk 2C, and Bendik gets the Hunchback. So that's 2 kills for Bendik, 1 for everyone else that got a kill. Force withdrawal 50%, we did that. Reach the north edge, we did that. Reserve 50%, we did that. Yeah, we can call that a victory. We can say, no. Oh, well, actually, you know what? All these vehicle drivers and vehicle gunners, they saw combat, so yeah, we can issue them combat awards. Hoser's been doing a lot of headshots lately. Time for some really bad misses. No, I think you've got that backwards. I think Hoser had a bunch of really bad misses, and now he's making up for it with all the headshots. Because yeah, he was missing on 4s and 5s pretty consistently for a while there, and now he's landing the headshots. I feel like it's an even trade. Let's see. So we recovered all of our units. We did capture 2 people, looks like. Everyone's returned from deployment. We can do repairs. We might have about 15 minutes left in today's stream. We might not. We'll see. We will go ahead and put our prisoners under the care of Delphine. Let's see. Hoser took some autocannon 2 hits. Where is our armor techs? Elena, Ben, Penny, Veronica, Guillaume, Jamel, B, and Tamalika. There's Tamalika. Tamalika can knock out these armors real quick in about 5 minutes. The Clint might take a little bit longer. Where'd Tamalika go? There's Tamalika. Okay, so we can do rush job times 8 on the center torso for 14 points. The right torso for 11 points. The left torso for 14 points. The right arm for 12 points. Let's see, the actuators, we can go ahead and replace those. We'll have Septi is closest to going up from regular, so we'll have her do those. And then internal specialists. Oh, Septi's an internal specialist. Oh, but that left arm is down to 17%. That's going to take a long time. The right arm, maybe not. The left torso, also going to take a bit to repair. We'll go ahead and start on the right torso, on the right arm. Then the left torso and left arm, we'll have Ben. Ben can do both of those in about 270 minutes, assuming he rolls well. Let's see, the Cronus. Need some Inferno ammo. That'll be Ratnabala. Tamalika's doing our armor today. So those are all at 1/8. We've got a 1 and a 1 and a 1, and she gained an XP. Nice. Griffin, standard armor. So we'll have Tamalika doing that. It'll be 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, and 5 minutes. Okay, and then the Streak 2 ammo bin needs 20 shots. We'll have Ratnabala do that. Grizzly took damage. Yeah. 9.7.6 points. Grizzly took actually more damage than I realized. He was only in the fight for like a minute. There's Tamalika. These are all at 1/8 except this guy. We can put this one at 1/8 as well. That'll be a 3, a 3, a 3, a 3, a 3, and a 3. Nice. Hunchback 2C. Oh, we're stripping that thing. The Phoenix Hawk. We need to repair that left torso. That'll be Ben's best job, and he can do that in about an hour and a half. No, he can do that in about 3 hours. Leaves him with 30 minutes for the day. 12, 6 and 6 is 24. Let's see, the Stalker. You know what? We'll have Ben reload the Stalker just to get him off the list. The Thumper. Leonidas. And Elena. And Elena will be doing our ammo on the Thumpers. Phoenix Hawk needs a new jump jet. That'll be Edinburgh. No, Ben Edinburgh Fox. Where's Fox? Oh, is Fox? Fox is doing a refit. We'll have I guess Fred Modry will do the jump jet on a 3. And then Elena can do all the armors on like 3s and 2s. Two minutes, 4 minutes. Failed, gained an XP, nice. 12 minutes, 4 minutes. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Now we can start pulling apart this Hunchback and the Shadowhawk. And this is, the Hunchback has standard armor, the Shadowhawk only has 32 points of ferrofibrous. Let's see, where's my other armor specialists? We'll have Penny. And we'll have Elena pulling the armor off of this thing. And we'll be doing that in 1/4 time, I believe. Okay, so we've got the head in 12 minutes. We've got the right torso rear in 7 minutes. The left arm in 8 minutes. The right leg in 13 minutes. The left leg in 10 minutes. Okay, we've got some weapons here. We'll have Chris pull those on 4s 4 times today. Oh, she gained an XP for failing. And a streak 2. Okay, Vernita can pull the SRM2 ammo bin on a 4. And the SRM2 ammo bin on a 4. Let's see. Elena, weapon specialist, can pull the ER small on a 4. ER medium on a 4. Streak 2 on a 4 and streak 2 on a 4. That'll be 85 minutes into tomorrow. The cockpit, we have 30 cockpits in stock. Wow. Lonnie will salvage that. That'll take her into tomorrow. No, Veronica. Yeah, Lonnie will. We've got some actuators. We can have, I guess, Septi probably pulling those. Oh, Septi can only pull like 3 of those. We'll have, I guess, Yastruden pulling some more of these on 5s. So we need actually to change that back to 90 minutes. So he can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going on 6 of those. I'll have Josefa pull the last 3. And then we've got the jump jets. Who's our internal specialist down here? We've got Edeborg, can pull the jump jets on 4s in 90 minutes each. Yeah, so that's 1 and 2 and 3. And then we'll start pulling the limbs off of this thing. We'll do those in 40, well, we'll do the first couple of those in 45 minutes each. Okay, we'll have to scrap that. No, new test. Okay. Left leg, salvage that. Okay, so the right torso we're waiting on, the head we're waiting on, the right arm and right leg we're waiting on. The left side has already been taken apart. The hunchback, we can start pulling that thing apart. We've got Bicknock, can start doing the armor at regular time. Yeah. Let's see, the jump jets. We'll have Fred Modry doing jump jets. We'll have Edeborg do a jump jet. We'll have Penny doing a jump jet. Then the clan double heat sinks, we can do those in 45 minutes each. That's going to be, what, 180 minutes? Leaves us with 180. Ammo bins, we can have veterans doing that. We'll have Denise pulling ammo bins on 4s. Clan XL Engine will have Dulfikar do that in a day and a half. Hopefully on his first try. Cockpit will have someone do that in a day and a half. We'll have Veronica do that. We've got all these actuators that we can have Ranabala and Josefa doing. Okay, then we can have Ethan doing some of these. We'll have B doing another couple actuators. All that's left is the Ultra AC-20s. Who do we have? Elena, Chris, and Ben. We'll have Penny take out one of these. That'll take her into tomorrow. Tamalika can pull one of these today, hopefully. The left arm, we can have Denise pull that. Okay, I think that's everything we can do today. I think, yeah, back to mech units. Personnel, let's see, did anyone gain enough XP to go up a level? I don't think so. Let's see, command center. I think we're about ready to go on to tomorrow. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll go November 3rd. Birthday, we've got celebrating 7 years with us, lots of privates, so we must have hired some infantry 7 years ago today. Mu Yang Jing celebrates 2 years with us today. Corporal is 37. Okay, failed to salvage a lower arm actuator. Way to go, Josefa. Other than that, we've got the Phoenix Hawk in 13 days, we've got the Cyclops in 4 days, and we've got VIP Defense occurring tomorrow. Tomorrow, so that gives us plenty of time to finish taking apart these guys. We'll have Rotten Abala pull that actuator, and that gives us the... Oh, we gotta scrap the right arm and the right torso. We can have... Ooh. Ben can pull this right torso on a 4, hopefully. And the Shadowhawk... We'll pull the head, the right arm and the right leg, and the right torso. Okay. That's everything out of the repair bay now. VIP Defense, starting tomorrow. Let's check out this battle. Pending. Attached allies. A heavy-wheeled APC and a battle armor Waddle. Infiltrator Mark 1. And they're starting with 11,000 points. They've got a Shadowhawk 2C, a Sentinel 3L, a Loki, a Wyvern 2C, which has 2 ER mediums, ER large, 2 ER smalls, 2 machine guns, LRM 10 ammo, SRM 6, there's the LRM 10, and a flamer. Okay, so 11,000 points. Yeah, I know, Lokis are nice. This is the B variant, which comes with a Gauss rifle and an LB5X, as well as a pair of SRM 6s with Artemis 4. Ooh, that might be worth taking. So yeah, we are going to advance, I think, 1 day more. And we'll be ready next week to start this battle. We got some birthdays, VIP defenses today, maintenance on the Cronus. Should be all A's. No. Okay, we've got a couple of B's and a C down here. Medium pulse, ER large, right leg, endo steel. Okay. Hoser's Ride should be pretty much showroom condition. Yes, indeed. The Clint, difficult to maintain, but still, yeah, looking pretty good. The Stalker, showroom condition, looks like, love to see it. The Grizzly, steadily improving. Still got a couple of C's down here. We've got the medium and the small pulse lasers, both at quality C. The Phoenix Hawk in 12 days, the Cyclops in 3 days. In our briefing room, who do we want to deploy on this battle against these 5 mechs and the elementals? It's 11,000 points. Who do we have that's 11,000 points? We could bring Mariana Lance. They haven't done much lately. Tonga Lance was just out. Also, it might be overkill. Ryuku Lance might be overkilled. Galatea Lance hasn't seen much action lately. Aleutian Lance was just out. Tethys Lance does not go out on their own. So that really just leaves Mariana or Galatea. What do we think? I wouldn't mind getting Petra a little bit of extra XP. Yeah, we're gonna send Mariana. Oh, we can select an additional mech up to 2,500 points. We could pull the Stalker. We could pull the Hunchback. The Cronus, maybe? Yeah, we'll bring Stiletto with us. Even though she was just out, she might still be a little tired. So yeah, this is where we're going to go ahead and save it because we are not going to have time to start and finish that battle in the next 25 minutes. And also, I'm expecting Gemini home any minute, and I promised her that I would be done with the stream when she got home. So, I do appreciate you guys joining me. Always a pleasure, Little Willie. Hope you're still here, and if you are, I hope you had a good time. Virank, of course, always a pleasure. Good to have you around, and we'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe, join the community. Link to the Discord is in my Twitch bio. Hope everyone had a nice holiday, and we hope to see you again next week. And until then, have a good one, and we'll see you then.